Proposition number 3, TA must innovate to deliver using a blended approach. This allows demand-driven TA and TA at the right time. It also reduces costs and can be sustained during crises such as COVID-19. What is Aceli Africa's approach to delivering TA?
Aceli Africa's approach to delivering TA is a tiered approach based on the enterprise size, that is, in terms of annual revenues. This is informed by the fact that micro-level enterprises tend to have similar TA needs, and these become more nuanced the larger the enterprise. For the micro-level enterprises, Aceli will adopt a blended approach whereby we will use a standardized curriculum that can be scaled and replicated and incorporate elements of coaching and peer support. For the larger enterprises, Aceli will adopt a customized approach towards TA delivery, and this will be informed by the individual enterprise needs. We also hope to foster enterprise commitment or investment in the TA outcomes through a cost-sharing framework whereby more subsidies are directed towards the lower tier enterprises. Lastly, Aceli Africa's approach will be an iterative process whereby we will test the demand and effectiveness of various components of the TA program and use this to inform future iterations of the TA.
How will you know what type of TA is needed depending on the tiers?
Aceli Africa will subject enterprises to a diagnostic process whereby their needs will be identified, and this will inform the type of TA that is delivered. At the lower tier level, the diagnostic will be more standardized, and this will be complemented by more individualized TA scoping for the larger enterprises, because it is anticipated that the larger enterprises will have more complex and sophisticated TA needs.
What do you hope to learn from the pilot with AMI?
So Aceli Africa has entered into a collaboration with the African Management Institute to offer a 6-month virtual training program titled Grow Your Agribusiness to 50 select agri-enterprises involved in various stages of the value chain in Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda. This is a pilot program targeting enterprises whose annual revenues are between $50,000 and $500,000. We broadly hope to learn 3 things from this pilot. Number 1 is what determines firms' interest in management training programs and their demand or willingness to pay for them. Number 2 is how can firms with high potential returns from these programs be identified and targeted by TA providers. And number 3 is how can financiers and stakeholders of these firms play a role in the design and implementation of TA programs. We hope to draw lessons from this pilot that will help us replicate and scale the program to at least 200 SMEs over the next 3 years. And from this, develop a framework that can be utilized by similar TA programs beyond this time frame.
How would other TA programs targeting agri-SMEs collaborate with Aceli Africa?
I'd first like to mention that the need for TA in the sector is greater than what any one program can offer, and I cannot overemphasize the importance of collaboration. Other programs offering TA in the sector can collaborate with Aceli Africa in 3 ways. Number 1 is through building a pipeline of high potential enterprises. Secondly, is through transparent and coordinated engagement with TA providers. And number 3 is through sharing of information on models that have worked and how these can be scaled and replicated. Lastly, I'd also like to mention that TA can generally be improved across the sector through better coordination among stakeholders. It is also important that enterprise success is front and center of any TA program, and the reward mechanism should be reflective of this.
What impact has COVID-19 had on your business?
The impact of COVID-19 on Aceli Africa is not unique to us. We have had to shift our engagement with our stakeholders to an entirely virtual environment. And this has also informed, for example, the program that we are piloting with AMI, which will be entirely a virtual program. We have also had to have an increased focus on resilience in the design of our programs during this COVID period. And this is relevant not only to SMEs, but also to lenders who are our stakeholders.